Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest action figure video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, let's talk toys, let's talk about the nerdy news that you need to know about. It's the only news that matters, it's good news. And on today's show, your wardrobe is gonna get spooky, Darth Vader becomes AI, and we return to Monkey Island. But as you know, here at Model Behaviour, action figures always come first. Or sometimes not at all, old friend. So let's not stand on ceremony. Mr. Wayne, let's talk about him. As always, if you enjoy this video, then please hit the like and subscribe buttons. And if you want to doubly support the show, you can go over to patreon.com/displaying-model-behaviour. Toss a couple of bucks my way, and you can be a part of the show by joining the Discord, being part of the live streams, adding your comments, and all that kind of good stuff. I gotta work on my sales pitch. For now, though, here's the news. Rectangular, the man with all the leaks, has dropped a whole bunch of leaks for what is going to come out for 2023 for all the Marvel Legends, and boy howdy, there's a lot, and I bet that's not even all of them. But go over to his channel to check out his full-on 10-minute release video or leak video. But yeah, go check out his video, and then also I've got one which is like a long-form dissection on what was revealed. Speaking of Marvel Legends, like an RKO from out of nowhere, the Mojo figure is released as a deluxe single pack. What? I totally thought this was a rib of some sort, like a little weird fake thing. Don't know why anyone would do that, but there you go. But it's not. It's legit. They announced the Mojo 3-pack, or 4-pack, or 5-pack, whatever many it was. It was Mojo, Longshot, Dazzler, and the cartoony Wolverine, which is 4. Go counting. So that was like $130. And then they're releasing this Mojo as a single deluxe figure at $40. That math doesn't math, does it? Either way, it's out now, and you can go and check out a review on it. Man Cave Collectible Reviews. He's got one up right there where he takes the Mojo to pieces and looks at it and shows you all the bits and pieces. He doesn't literally take it to pieces. You know what I mean. Either way, it's kind of odd. So if people bought the 4-pack or pre-ordered the 4-pack just because they want Mojo, well, you don't need to do that now. You just get them for $40. Weird decisions going on. Gridiron Studios, who are a very small company that just do accessories for different figures, mainly 1/12 scale and 1/18 scale, have revealed their jetpack jump station. I thought this looks wicked. I wanted to share it with you. It's relatively expensive, but that's because they're a small company that makes things in, small batches. So this is going to be retailing for $64.99. So yeah, it's pricey. But if you want something to really zhuzh up your G.I. Joe or your Cobra army, this is the place to go. So if you want to, make your collection that little more high-end, then Gridiron Studios Jet Jump Pack looks wicked. I'd love to see one in person, see how it's all put together. But still, just from these promo pictures and the reputation I've heard about this company means it's probably going to be pretty awesome. Mafex are at it again with their MCU figures, and now we got a new Tony Stark and we got a new Spider-Man. Both of them look like your typical Mafex high-end quality. So, first of all, we've got Mafex number 194. That's the Spider-Man upgraded suit. So, yeah, I mean, with these Mafex ones, there's nothing I can really tell you that you don't already know. It's Mafex. It's the upgraded Spider-Man suit. It looks pretty nice. So there you go. Have at it. That one's going to be retailing for about $75 US. And then we've also got Endgame Iron Man. So this is beaten up Infinity Gauntlet. I am Iron Man. Snap. I can't snap my fingers on my right hand. I can't coordinate the thing. We would have lost Endgame if that was me. I'd be like, I am Model Behaviour. Wait, hold on a second. Ah, dear, I would be terrible. But these figures don't look terrible. They look really pretty. So Endgame Iron Man, he's going to be about 98 yen apparently. Slightly more expensive. I guess he's got a bit more flash going on with him and his costume. So look out for these guys. They're going to be released around about October of next year. So you got lots of time to save. Speaking of Iron Man, Hot Toys are doing their Neon Tech Iron Man with suit-up gantry. I had to read that off because for some reason my brain just couldn't keep those words in my head. So this is a re-release of a 2018 figure, which was actually an exclusive, I think. Yeah, it was a Comic-Con exclusive. So now it's not so exclusive. And he's going to be out around about the first and second quarters of next year. We don't have a price yet. Probably going to be expensive because it's the whole gantry setup as well. Does look cool though, but I can't help but feel that with this Tron kind of light sort of style, it's going to look really good in the pictures with the lights, glowing and all that kind of thing. I think it might look a bit more plain on your shelf, but your mileage is going to vary depending on how much of a hardcore Iron Man fan you are. I mean, Hot Toys are always super incredible quality. I just think sometimes, they always look good in person, but they photograph even better. And then when you see it sort of out and about, it's like, it's pretty good, I guess. That's why, it's the model behavior Tinder effect. The profile picture is one thing, and then you see me in person, and it's like, oh, geez, he's got some city miles on him. It's like, hey, it's been a rough life. Why am I talking about myself? We're talking about Iron Man. Not done with Hot Toys though. They are also releasing their Web of Spider-Man figure, WEB. I don't know what that's an acronym for, but it's Spider-Man from Avengers Campus. So this was kind of a Disney sort of exclusive, and now they're redoing him as a mass market release, I guess. So it's another Spider-Man with a hoodie, Malibu Stacy with a new hat. But it does look pretty. Don't have a price for him yet. So he's going to be released around about the second quarter of next year, and he's going to be minus the accessories that the D23 exclusive one came with. So, they've got to keep some exclusivity going on with that one. But still, he looks like a fun Spider-Man. More information on Hasbro's Dungeons & Dragons figures. We got full product reveal pictures and all that jazz. Sticking with the windowless packaging. They got these cute little boxes on the front of the card backs now. I kind of prefer that design. I think that looks, if you're going to do it, I think that looks kind of funky. So the Venga and Dungeon Master 2-pack, apparently that's a Target exclusive, from what I understand. That's going to be $50. And these are all going to come out just shortly after PulseCon at the end of this month. So you got that Target exclusive 2-pack with the big bad and the little Dungeon Master dude. And then you got the human characters. So we got Hank with the Ranger, so he's got his, a glowing energy bow and arrow and all that jazz. These guys are all $24.99 each. So there's Hank, there's also Diana, and I gotta say she looks kind of cool. I like her with the staff and all that, barbarian kind of get up. I like the design. I mean, they've really captured the cartoon. That's what they've obviously pulled from. I mean, that's what it is, and they've done a great job of recreating that. So I do like the look of them. And then also we've got Bobby with the unicorn, and they look adorable. I'm not so invested in Dungeons and Dragons as a nostalgic property that I would want to get them because money don't grow on trees, and these are expensive, especially that 2-pack, man. There's $50, and a little Dungeon Master, he ain't that big. But still, I think for people who are big fans of this franchise from when they were growing up, these are excellent representations. Now, I said earlier that there was something I was really tempted by. Yeah, it's this Mech Leonardo. Just look at this dude. Holy cheese and crackers, man. It's just so freaking beautiful. I mean, come on. 9 inches tall, light up LEDs, die-cast metal parts. Holy potatoes, man. Just the amount of detail that's gone into this, the engineering, the sculpting, the articulation, the mechanics of it. It's bonkers. Got a little hatch where you put the small turtle who's piloting this mech. I love it, man. I really, really love it. He's expensive though, dude. Let me rattle off some of the info for you. So this is a collaboration between Snap Design Development and Heat Boys. 9 inches tall with light-up LED eyes and will feature some die-cast metal parts. Pre-orders for the TMNT Mecha Leonardo will go live in the fourth quarter of 2022 in China. The price is listed at 799 yuan, which is about $112 US. And in the UK, I see some sites do have them up for pre-order, which is going for about £180. It's a little too rich for my blood. I love him, but it's just with the markup, which I appreciate you got to do with the importing and all that jazz, just prices him out for me, which is maybe not a bad thing because this is the first of 4, and that would add up real quick. So I think I might just admire him from afar, but from afar I gotta say, man, this looks beautiful. Sentinel are going back to the Spider-Verse with their Spider-Gwen and Spider-Ham figure, and, well, figure set together. No one's buying Spider-Ham on his own. But this set, yeah, is it the quintessential Spider-Gwen? I think it might be. I mean, it looks absolutely fantastic. The Gwen head sculpt, I love that design. I just think it looks awesome. Really, really cool. I mean, the Marvel Legends one, they actually did a really great job. I think, kudos to that. But this is just that extra kind of high-end sort of version. And you can see where the money goes with the different swap-out accessories, the different eyes, heads, poses. You can do so much with this. Looks really, really cool. Gonna be retailing about $120. So you wonder where your money's going? That's where it's coming from. It's coming from your wallet in the form of $120 going into that figure. So it is expensive. And it's going to be released around about the second quarter of next year, apparently. But with everything you get with the package, especially the other body for Gwen as well, the high schooler type body, which apparently doesn't have like the same sort of articulation. It's more of like just a posable thing. You can just like pop the head on. But I mean, come on, you're getting it for Spider-Gwen. So that's what it's all about. And yeah, again, looks really beautiful. 5K Toys have put out images of Berserker Studios' 1/12 scale Zeus figure. And if you're gonna go super mythological with your collection, want to add some Greek gods to your Norse Marvel Legends, this dude looks the bomb. He looks the lightning bolt. Very, very cool. Again, these smaller developers just really, go full bells and whistles with all these different figures. So Zeus looks pretty wicked, available for pre-order now. So he's not cheap. He's going to be retailing for $71.99, but from what I can see, there's only 300 being made. That might be like 300 of a special edition. I'm going to have to double check on that. But also, go over to 5K Toys, Berserker Studios. You can see for yourself. Again, like this is only the information I could find at the time. And that's the thing with the internet. Information keeps coming out every minute. So I'm sure there's more out there now that I can go and explore. But just looking at Zeus, yeah, he looks wicked. I found it. Yes, this is the battle-damaged version of Zeus, limited to 300 pieces. There's a regular Zeus, came out about a year ago. So there you go. This is like McFarlane Bloody style. That explains why they're only doing 300 pieces. They already made the money with the bigger, more widely released regular version. So there you go. You can get a battle-damaged Bloody Zeus, who does look cool. Dance your cares away. Worries for another day. Yeah, financial worries looking at all these figures, am I right? Especially with the new Fraggle Rock figure they got coming out. Again, just tweaking the old nostalgia bone there. So we're going to get the Fraggle Rock Flange Doozer figure from Boss Fight Studios. I never knew that those little critters were called Flange Doozers. That just makes it even more appealing. But doesn't he look super cute? I mean, that's just adorable. I'm not really interested in this. Again, it's like a nostalgia thing that I don't really need or anything, but makes you wonder if they're going to go deep on the Fraggle Rock line. I mean, anything Jim Henson, I got a lot of love there. And this dude comes with all sorts of accessories as well. It seems like a full-on nice pack that they're doing. No word on pricing yet, at least not that I can see, but it's going to be shipping around about early next year, so yeah, we'll keep our eyes out for that. McFarlane Toys Omega Spawn. Yeah, you're thinking, wait, what? Yeah, I know, they haven't even announced this figure yet, but there are lots of pictures of it out of the packaging and, like, doing its thing, which means just, like, being an inanimate object. That's what it does. But it looks cool. I mean, McFarlane, what do I always say? Hit and miss sometimes, but when they're doing monsters, man, they know how to do monsters. And this Spawn is monstrous. Looks really, really badass. And like the paint, from looking at these pictures, I think this has got like the washing and the dry brushing and the stuff that really brings these things to life that sometimes I feel that other ones lack. This is what they should look like. You can see Todd, Spawn's always going to be his number one. Like he might have that DC franchise, but man, Spawn's his baby. And this is just pure McFarlane right here. Looks like a demon monster straight out of hell, exactly what it should be. The sort of cloak type fur spikes, whatever it is at the back, that looks like it could have used a little extra paint. But I mean, come on, still, I think he looks cool. When they finally actually officially announce him, we'll have more info. In the meantime, though, get these little sneaky behind the scenes pics. That's kind of cool. McFarlane do, however, have some official photos up of their King Spider figure. And this is a character I don't know nothing about. Never come across him. I don't like that color scheme. I think like white and green, like I don't know, it looks odd to my eye. But then actually I saw some people saying, hey, I really like that design. So boom, it's totally subjective. There you go. If you like it, more power to you. But yeah, no idea who he is. It's just the one picture to go on. But it's, you know, the design, colors notwithstanding, by my opinion, like looks kind of cool. Still got the sort of the rubber nappy waist joint, which I just it's funny because it didn't like. I didn't think it looked bad until someone pointed out that it looked like incontinence pants, and I was like, well, I'm never unseeing that. So still, when they do the full proper release, you know I'll be covering it here. Coal Dog, man, I love this line. These guys put the art into action figures, and now they are doing it again with their Homeless Joe figure and diorama kind of set. Man, you know, I've said it before, my favorite figure is my Gans Boy, who's kind of a subsection of that line. It's just the craftsmanship that goes into these things, and they're building a whole kind of universe, and I love that. This unique IP kind of property is just so creative, and this dude, just look at everything he comes with, and I love the idea, the lore that my brain then creates around this future post-apocalypse type society of robots and whatnot. I think it's great. And Coal Dog, Homeless Joe, like with his sort of robo beard and his pipe and his stove and all this kind of stuff. I really dig it. I really, really dig it. They're expensive, man, but every time I look at one of these things, I just think, man, that is freaking art right there. So I could be tempted, but right now, there's a lot of things I'm tempted about. More on that later. This is one close to my heart. Super 7 are teasing a new release that's going to be just too sweet. They're going to be covering the boys, Doc Gallows and Machine Gun K.A. Carl Anderson from the Bullet Club. This is kind of cool. I'm a big Bullet Club fan. These dudes I actually knew when I lived over in Japan. We worked out in Gold's Gym together in Osaka, went for some yakiniku, good times all round. And yeah, Gallows and Anderson, they could be the start of a full-on NWO, not NWO, Bullet Club. Bullet Club is based off the NWO, for those of you who don't follow wrestling. Then again, if you don't follow wrestling, you don't know who the NWO was. Okay, let me fill you in. The year is 1996. Okay, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm excited to see what these look like. Are they going to open the door for more New Japan figures? Probably, because we've got some already. If we're getting Gallows and Anderson, that's awesome. I want to see what comes next. Mez-co Toys have announced Mez-con, which is going to be taking place in just a couple of days' time, actually. Going to be running over September 29th to October 1st. So in this time, you know that they're going to be previewing new stuff coming out. They're probably going to be announcing limited run, exclusive new Rumble Society figure. That seems to be like what they go for with these things. It's cool. If you like your Mez-cos and you enjoy waiting for your action figures to finally be released, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. Then this can get you more pumped up and more excited for future Mez-co releases, and you can get the chance to pre-order whatever the newest, exclusive figure is going to be. I'm a big Mez-co fan, not a Mez-co apologist though. I calls them like I sees them, but the late shipping notwithstanding, man, I love this line. So they even had their own little stop motion animation commercial, which I freaking love. It is a cool line. Going to be interesting to see what they announce. Now guys, help me out here with this, because Lord knows I need help. I've seen some pictures of this Akira Bike, 1/12 scale, and the logo, Ace Toys. Old? New? Where can I get this? It looks so cool. I think it's new, but I can't find a website or Ace Toys. Like, help me out in the comments, because if this is new, then I want to pre-order it. If it's old, it probably costs a fortune. But I kind of like to add it to the collection because it looks stunning. So help me get my hands on it, or at least help me accept that I'm never going to afford it because it's ludicrously expensive now. So if there's any more information on this Ace company, come on guys, what's your marketing like? Get someone to promote you more, because I want to push my money towards you, but I can't because I can't find the information. So, internet, go do what you do best. Tell me what I don't know in the comments section, because I rely on you guys to help me out, because this bike looks wicked. I want it, but I can't get it. So get on it. Over in statue news, Sideshow Collectibles have showed images of their Evil Queen statue, which just, looks kind of cool. You know me, I don't collect statues, but I like showing off the badass looking ones. And this is a real kind of J. Scott Campbell looking, I think, Evil Queen. Totally, Maleficent type, but legally distinct. Of course. Actually, no, not so much Maleficent. The Evil Queen from Snow White. That's what I'm talking about. Still, this looks really wicked. I don't see a price yet. I'm gonna dig a little deeper. You gotta dig a little deeper. Find out what you need. Wow, did you see me trying to click on the beat while singing? That's how much rhythm I have. Regardless, this statue looks really cool. I just want to show off some pictures of it. You like it? There you go. Over in comic book news, The Stuff of Nightmares by R.L. Stein has sold out of its 60,000 print run just on pre-orders so far. I'm sure they'll do another printing. So R.L. Stein, the writer of Goosebumps, the kids' spooky kooky books that we all read growing up, is doing a more mature adult comic book horror anthology, and just in time for Halloween. This sounds cool. So we don't have any news about the reviews or anything yet, but I'm excited to see this. Apparently it is R.L. Stein, going a little bit more mature. That he's aging up his writing for the audience that, read his books as kids and are now adults. And I love a good spooky comic, so I'm very intrigued to see what this is like. At the age of 91, James Earl Jones has officially retired from doing the voice of Darth Vader. Kind of. What he's done is he's given permission for Disney to use this new AI type technology called Respeecher, which can take all of his voice samples from all of his work all throughout the years and then kind of repurpose it and process it into new Darth Vader dialogue. It's bonkers what they can do in this day and age. Apparently Disney used a similar technique to de-age the voice of Mark Hamill for the CGI young Luke scenes in Boba Fett and Mandalorian. So yeah, it's amazing what technology can do. And hey, at the age of 91, I think James Earl Jones deserves a rest. But well done, sir. Thank you for your service. Thank you for bringing one of the most iconic villains in the world to life. You can put your feet up now. In fact, take off your pants and crack a beer, James Earl Jones. You've earned it. Keeping it spooky, ooky and kooky, Netflix has announced that November 23rd will be the debut of their Wednesday show. Their Addams Family, Wednesday Addams focused, Tim Burton directed Addams Family show called Wednesday. Man, I just kept on talking there, didn't I? The trailer, I think, actually looks potentially promising. I don't know. I always find Tim Burton a real mixed bag, but when he's good, I do like what he does. And the trailer, yeah, I think this could be a decent thing. So, of course, when I saw November 23rd, I thought, this had better be a Wednesday. And I checked my calendar, and yes, they are releasing Wednesday on a Wednesday. So well done, Netflix. Good bit of synergy there. You did what I would have done, which is normally not advice I would give to anyone, but in this case, it makes sense. But yeah, I look forward to this coming out. I'm definitely going to watch it. I'm going to give it a chance. Speaking of trailers and release dates, October 6th is when we are going to get our first glimpse at the Super Mario Bros. Trailer. This is one that's so fascinating to see what it's going to look like, what the style's going to be. Is it going to be meta? Is it going to be like a real world pastiche? Is it going to be full on just cartoon Mario? I don't know. But Chris Pratt is doing the voice of Mario. Charlie Day from Always Sunny is Luigi. Oh, this is Seth Rogen. He's going to be Donkey Kong. So you're going to have Donkey Kong smoking weed and going... It's going to be weird. But I'm kind of down for weird. But I want to see what they're going to do with it. Is it going to be like a sort of a Sonic, slightly meta commentary kind of thing? Chip and Dale, real world? No idea. I know that Nintendo, though, are very protective of their properties. It's a bit Disney-ish in that regard, in a good way. So I don't think they're going to do anything or sign off on anything that they feel would cheapen the IP of Mario. So hopefully it'll be held in some reverence. I mean, they're coming off of, the back of the 30-year-old Mario Brothers movie, which it's fair to say it's pretty widely maligned. There's some good stuff in there. Pretty much just Bob Hoskins and J. Leguizamo being Bob Hoskins and J. Leguizamo. Besides that, though, it is a hard watch. Also, you got Dennis Hopper, and who doesn't love Dennis Hopper? You know what? I want to go watch that movie again. But first, I'm going to finish this video. Couple of video game reviews to finish with. First of all, Shovel Knight Dig. Shovel Knight, that wonderful, nostalgic 8-bit style platformer. It's been repurposed in a few different types of games, and this one is a more vertical digging sort of, well, as the name implies, you're digging down, and it's a roguelike type game. So it's got permadeath, but with some progression as well. And dang, it's really good, very addictive. The only thing I would say is it is relatively short. It's not like you'll finish it on a car ride or something, but it doesn't have like the huge, expansive replayability that some games do. But when you are in there, when you are playing it, man, it'll sink its hooks into you, because it's got that wonderful risk-reward thing where it's always a case of, all right, I've got all of this, this money, these gems, these points. Do I want to bank this, keep it safe, or do I want to keep going a little bit further, keep pushing my luck? I love that kind of mechanic, because you know me, model behavior, we'll always push our luck. But yeah, Shovel Knight Dig, double thumbs up. A little bit short, but the experience while you got it is fantastic. And then also we have Return to Monkey Island. Man, I played Monkey Island in the 90s when I was growing up. The nostalgic value of this franchise, it's strong. It's strong. And what always sold Monkey Island is the character of it, the quirkiness, the humor, and it's all there. This is very amusing, it's well written, it's witty. I'm very impressed with how they put this together. Not only that though, because it is kind of leaning into a kind of a nostalgia for the property, it's heartfelt. There's some times where you're like, okay, this is like silly and nonsense, but then you have a few moments where it's, ooh, you kind of got me there. That's very poignant. So that, coupled with a whole load of puzzles, which range from super easy to I'm gonna go look this up on YouTube because I got no idea. This game really is not only a great game for people who are fans of the old franchise, but you can step into it new and just be introduced to this new kind of puzzle adventure game. And again, another hearty recommendation. That's two really good games I'm thoroughly enjoying. This Halloween, you're going to be able to do the do with Mountain Dew Voodoo Doo. There's something like that. Mountain Dew are doing their annual Halloween Voodoo flavor. I just found out about this on Bleeding Cool News, and I thought I'd include it because I love Halloween stuff. And I love regular stuff that gets given a Halloween makeover this time every year. So you get Mountain Dew Halloween flavor, and it's always a mystery flavor, which makes you wonder if they just spilt something by mistake and was like, oh, put that on ice for a few months. We'll make that the Halloween flavor. So they did this whole kind of presentation box to Bleeding Cool, which looked really good. That's when you know you're one of the big boys, when you get the presentation boxes. Well, one day. But that's kind of cool. We don't really have Mountain Dew in the UK. Or if we do the do in the UK, then it's not a big thing. You just get it on import. I think probably UK standards and practices are like, you are not importing that stuff in. That's got to come under chemical weapons. But yeah, there you go. It's fun to see these kind of Halloween makeovers that products get. Speaking of Halloween makeovers, Black Milk Clothing have a new Halloween line, which kind of pays homage to a lot of classic slasher movies, and some of this stuff looks really cool. So if you're into your scary leggings with VHS slasher icons on, that was what caught my eye. I was like, that's really cool that they're reusing like Pinhead and Chucky and Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Friday the 13th and kind of bringing those into a newer generation of audience that probably, wouldn't even think about watching those old movies. And they got a lot of Stranger Things merchandise, which kind of makes sense because that, I think, is like the horror thing that appeals to the new generation. A new generation might watch Stranger Things and go, hey, this horror thing is actually pretty cool. Let's watch some of the old stuff. Oh, look, there's a pair of leggings with some Hellraiser dude on it. Let's go watch those movies. Got to keep those horror franchises alive, kids. And that's what Black Milk Clothing seem to be doing. They got some cool looking stuff. Go check out the website. You can celebrate Halloween in style. Now, just a random little piece of art I wanted to share with you. Isn't that cool? No, wait, it's over this side. Isn't that cool? I saw it on Facebook. No artist credited or anything. So if you know who did it, let me know. I love this 80s cartoon ladies mashup. I think it's just really awesome. It feels like it's straight out of the real Ghostbusters. kind of style. And they've got all the little nods with the alien egg, and the only thing missing is a Sarah Connor. That would have just rounded it out perfectly, but yeah, there you go. Let me know if you know who the artist is. It'd be good to give them some credit, because I really dig that. And finally, IFL, I effing love science, which is a website and a Facebook group that I'm a big fan of. You feel kind of smart because you're part of a group about science and stuff, but really I'm only there because of the cool, fun, quirky items, like their reveal of the world's oldest global map that's being kind of put back together and remastered, basically. And I wanted to share this because this is cool. Because it gives you an idea as to what the world was like through people's eyes way, way back in the long, long ago. And it's so fascinating to feel what it must have been like to live in a world where you don't know if there are sea monsters out there, or krakens, and all kinds of mystical beasts. People didn't know. Like, how do you know what accounts for ships sinking and natural disasters and stuff? And this map is like an insight into how people viewed this, with how the world was put together, and that sense of mystery is just something that we don't have anymore. We kind of, like, we know. I mean, there are still scary, terrifying places where people fear to tread for their safety, but, you know, we just call that Swindon. So this is just a fun little insight into what the world used to appear to people as, and I really dig that. Go check out IFL Science. They have some cool stuff. And folks, that does it for Good News for today. Thank you so much for watching. What do you think about the stories covered? Comment below. Let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you gotta do. You gotta join the 6-1 clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And if you want to go one step beyond in supporting the channel, well, you can do by going over to patreon.com/displaying-model-behaviour. Toss a couple of bucks my way and you can enjoy all the exclusive videos on there. You can be a part of the show and the conversation by joining in with the live streams, the call-in shows, and joining the Model Behaviour Discord. You can message me directly and all that kind of stuff. It's a good time. We've got a good community going on there. Good brothers, all of them, going up and down the screen there. So gang, thank you very much for all your support. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior. It's kind of funky. So the 2-pack of the big bad, Vengar and Vinegar? I don't know.
Cup of coffee. Big time.